Hey, you know how last time I was almost done with this? I was just on the team building part of it. Well, this actually updated since last week, as it turns out, there's a few more things to do, but this stuff should be fairly easy. Cause for example, favorite furfro. I have never once considered using a furfro, so I'm going to say, I like the color of this one. I do enjoy that this one has a nice hat, though. So there we go. Easy category. Because I'm not particularly invested in one furfro or another, so, that one's just a pick whatever I like design-wise. Next off, favorite Mega Evolution, of which there are many. I did think one was going to be easier, but I do actually have to look through the lines of these. Let's see, are there yet more? I'm trying to decide between you, the cake, or the Eevee. But there's just so many, I cannot see the cake or the Eevee. Oh wait, no, Mega Evolution's duh. Mega Evolution's not Gigantamax, which means, yeah, I guess it's Mega Charizard X. As for these, I'm not overly familiar with Mystery Dungeon, so I'm just gonna look at that and think, yes. That is a list of miscellaneous Pokemon. Hmm. Yeah, see, that's a tough one. I mean, I could go with. Oh, they actually, you can't see this, but they do actually attach the, name of the game next to the Pokemon. So apparently, in Blazing Adventure Squad, uh, either you or your partner get to be a Growlithe. I don't know which. Super Mystery Dungeon. Super Mystery Dungeon, yep, same. Blazing Adventure. Blazing Adventure. Stormy Adventure. See, I don't even know Stormy Adventure at all. Light Adventure. Mareep's Light Adventure. And what about you? Okay, Explorers of the Sky I have at least heard of. Gates to Infinity, I've heard of that one too. Okay, so I guess in terms of Mystery Dungeon stuff, I know up until Gen 5. Yeah, once you get to the XY Pokemon, I'm like, oh, there's a Mystery Dungeon game with these guys in it? I did not know. It is very cool that there is a Growlithe in one of the later ones, at least. What about, yeah, you're just Red Blue Rescue Team. Red Blue. Were you? Yeah, you're still Red Blue. Yeah, I was pretty sure the Gen 3 starters were Red Blue. Because, like, I sort of know that one. I didn't get super into any of the Mystery Dungeon games, like I said, but I did at least play the first one. I do not remember which version, and I definitely did not stick around with them. So, do I go based on I played a little the first game? I don't know what Pokemon I would have gotten. I would not remember that. I guess the other question is, do they all follow the same, like, isekai storyline of the first game? Because I remember the plot of the first game and also the advertising was really based around the fact that you were a person and then you suddenly found yourself in the Pokemon world as a Pokemon. And, I remember the advertising tagline was, "What if you woke up one day and you were a Pokemon?" And it's like, yeah, man, a lot of people would be really into that. A lot of people would be very cool with that situation. Uh, hmm. So this is taking me longer than I thought it would, because I kind of thought I would just pick a Pokemon and go. But I'm trying to figure out like if I did get isekai'd and became a Pokemon, what would be a good Pokemon to be? I'm thinking I would want to still be a bipedal Pokemon, you know? Like Riolu, pretty good. Baniri, pretty good. I think if I were suddenly an animal, I would still at least want the use of hands. But then I also wouldn't want to become a large turtle with guns in it eventually. I just don't think I could live that life. I definitely don't want to be you. Honestly, I wouldn't even want to be regular Machop. Its evolutions, no. But yeah, like in terms of favorites, obviously I could just go with Growlithe or Vulpix or Eevee, but no, yeah, I'm thinking if I don't know if they kept the Isekai plotline in later games, or if they're just like, yeah, no, you're just a Pokemon living in the Pokemon world. Is this an Assassin's Creed situation where they kind of stopped caring about the conceit in the later games, and it's just, bam, you're in the world now? All right, All right, so yeah, I think I'd want to be bipedal. Hmm. Honestly, I think overall, I'd probably go with Bunny. Because then you could be very femme-presenting once you evolved, and that's pretty good. Meanwhile, most starters, I feel like, would be a burden to be at some point. Because again, I don't want to be a big turtle with guns in it. That seems like it would be just a little much for my taste, so I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna go with Baniri. Again, I don't know if they isekai that long, but under the assumption of that, I think I I'd probably be cool with being a low punny eventually. And still bipedal at the start, just, tiny with short arms. I think that would probably work out the best overall. Okay, so what the heck does Grass Girl mean? Okay, no, actually that makes sense. Whimsicott then. Easy answer. They're not necessarily always female Pokemon, but I feel like, at least with Whimsicott, I have been using she, her pronouns for it, so like, I guess that does fit as a category. Yeah, there are also 3 miscellaneous categories that you can make, but I have no ideas for that, so I won't. Anyway, as you can see, I've already set my second member of the team. Sorry to do that off stream. Wait, hold on a sec. Oh, it says Black Belt's actually pretty bad in the meta. What about that woman's legs? No, that one wasn't good either. Okay, I guess I'll choose a Pokemon then. Well, I mean, if I gotta, let's go with Primarina. I feel like that's an obvious second choice. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do the usual thing where I don't do type overlaps. So we've got Fire. This means we have Water Fairy, which does preclude me from using a lot of Pokemon that I would otherwise put in my team. Including a Gardevoir. Gardevoir would also be good, but that's Psychic Fairy. Nidoqueen's not bad. That's Ground Poison. Hmm. Well, I mean, I've also got to have a Wooloo in there. Because, yeah, eventually, Double's also pretty good. Again, I don't really see Pokemon categories super well, but, like, Double's very defensive. Good tank. Also has Defense Curl Rollout, which is a fun combination. Alright, as for everything else, though, See, I've already got a couple of monotypes, so I want to be wary about what I choose from now on. Hmm. It's not like I'm gonna have an amazing team if I just go with, what do I think is cute? But I think I. Oh, wait. Wrong order. I gotta click you, then you. So yeah, I feel like teacup Pokemon makes sense. Hmm. Yeah, Electros is pure electric. But also Vicavolt's pretty good. Yeah, that electric bug combination is pretty fun, but electric and just doesn't have any weaknesses, much like sheer heart attack. Hmm. Yeah, so we've got fire, water, fairy, normal, ghost. Yeah, I think I'd do one of these electric types just because electric's a type that I feel like I always kind of need. Feel naked without an electric type. So yeah, I'm gonna actually say electric bug is gonna be good enough. Gonna be a pretty good one. Alright, so what do I have left? I mean, I'm thinking Nidoqueen. Although, I say that, I would like a psychic type. That's another one I feel naked without. Well, I'm pretty sure somebody here would have access to Ice Beam, so I don't need Dragon to take care of dragons. Hmm. See, this is why I always have trouble sticking to just 6. I don't know, I'm thinking Nidoqueen. Feel like Nidoqueen's pretty good, but... I mean, I could always go Espeon. Because it would also feel weird to not have some kind of Eevee representation. But also, a lot of ghost types do have psychic type attacks at some point or another. It's like, I don't know, maybe I don't need that coverage in terms of typing. Hmm. Yeah, paring it down to just 6 is definitely very tough. Are you sure I can't just have, like, a dugout team? Can't just, like, get a couple of squares over here? Alright, I mean, Dark type is pretty useful for the ability to just say no to Psychic, but you are you're Ghost type. And since you're pure Ghost, you're not weak to Psychic. I always have to double take that because of Gen 1. Like, because Gengar was Ghost Poison, and really kind of screwed with the intended method of taking on Psychic types. Pretty much limited you to debug types. It's always something that, even though I know better, makes me kind of second guess myself. But I guess I would have protection against Psychic. Hmm. The problem is now I'm just looking at this and I'm like, On one hand, Vicavolt's pretty good. On the other hand, I'm looking at Whimsicott right now and thinking, I don't really want to leave her off the list. I like having these on here. Alright, well, again, I'm not, like, proper team building, but... Oh, once again, I do the wrong order. Vicavolt's cool, and again, I feel a little naked without electric types, but, you know, screw it. It's my team, and who's to say I'm actually gonna be trying to become champion? Maybe I just want 6 pets. Actually, that does sound like too many pets to have, but nonetheless. Alright, and I think... Ground Poison's pretty solid. Having ground type's pretty good. Do I want to go Nidoqueen? Feel like I want to go Nidoqueen. I'm looking through everything else, and there are definitely some good ones. So I think, were I to have a team, I think... I do kind of want the Nidoqueen for that Toxic Venoshock combination, but I think I gotta be true to myself and say that I do need an Eevee of some sort. Since I do have a Water Fairy, and I'm doing my best not to have overlap, I'm gonna say... I think I'm gonna say Espeon. Alright, so there's that. So I did actually bring up a Bulbapedia window in case I did finish a little early. Again, I'm not, like, super serious about doing any sort of team building kind of thing, but I am actually kind of curious about, like, what moves would I put on this team? Let's see. So, yeah, I brought up Arcanine, and discovered that, yeah, apparently you get extreme speed on evolution nowadays, which is pretty rad. Extreme speed's very good. So yeah, if I were going down this, I think... I don't want to do Flare Blitz because I'm pretty sure that's the recoil move. I almost want to say Fire Fang, just to have a very physical-oriented Arcanine. Extreme Speed, Fire Fang. What's Play Rough do again? 10% chance of lowering the target's attack. Oh, that is pretty good. That's Hisuian, Arcanine. What about TMs? Thunderfang? I could put Thunderfang on and just say, oh, you brought out a water type. Chomp. What if I had an Arcanine that just bit you differently? Flame Charge, Psychic Fangs? Oh, When was this introduced, gents? Okay, so I guess I could have used Psychic Fangs at some point. So, not only would I have a Psychic move from an unexpected source, that also destroys barriers. Okay, yeah, you know what? Psychic Fangs, Fire Fang, Extreme Speed. I usually have Sunny Day, but... Wild Charge is another recoil move. And Sunny Day helps, because it'll also lower, water type strength as well, and power fire types. But it would be funny to just be able to chomp a water type instead, but... No, I think I'd do Sunny Day still. So yeah, Sunny Day, Extreme Speed, Fire Fang, Psychic Fangs. It sounds fun. Alright, so... Primarina. Right, so what do you have in your learn set nowadays? Let's see. Pound, growl, water gun, disarming voice, sparkling aria. That's a unique move. A signature move, rather. Sparkling aria inflicts damage to all adjacent Pokemon, including allies. Hmm. Okay, it's neat that it cures burn, but that seems extremely niche. Let's see. Aqua Jet, Baby Doll Eyes, Icy Wind. Oh, it just gets Icy Wind naturally. Sing would be good. Hyper Voice. Hyper Voice is the one that just gets stronger over time, right? No. No, it's just a hit everybody move. Yeah, a lot of that one, which I guess makes sense for the mermaid slash siren Pokemon. Let's see. Charmed, Charming Voice, Chilling Water. Lowers the target's attack by one Oh. Huh. Okay, it's not the strongest move, but I kind of like the sound of that. What's Snowscape do? There's a bunch of moves that I don't remember super... Oh, I wouldn't know Snowscape, because that's Gen 9. Snowstorm will begin on the field. Okay, so it's basically just a Snowstorm, but better. Oh, rather, Hail, yeah. Huh, okay. And it says it replaces Hail, huh? That's interesting. Alright, well, still. Liquidation. 20% chance of lowering the target's defense by one stage. I guess I could just have multiple I remove your stats moves, but that's only a chance of doing that. Whereas Chilling Water, I think, was just a guarantee, right? Yeah, and lowers the target's attack, so I think I'd want to do Chilling Water, honestly. Again, not the strongest water move, but would be helpful to just debuff Pokemon. Let's see, Ice Spinner, huh? I usually just go with Ice Beam. Removes any terrain present on the battlefield. That might be useful, actually. And you know, it is actually pretty strong. It's not that much weaker than Ice Beam. So yeah, Ice Spinner, Chilling Water, Misty Explosion. Okay. Hey, what if you wanted to explode, but for fairy types? I don't really want to. Triple Axle? Alright. That's quite the move. Second, God, I am really not up to date. This was in Scarlet and Violet. I don't know this one at all. Ooh, that one does tell you no, you don't get to heal, which is kind of fun. I do like the sound of denying people their ability to heal, but at the same time, I also kind of want to give her a Draining Kiss, because that's always a fun move to use. Was there anything about Moonblast, or is that just very strong? Oh, that's right, it also lowers special, or can lower special attack. Hmm. You know what? It's on theme, so Moonblast. Let's see, and sorry, what is Misty Terrain again? Actually, I think I've got everything right. Moonblast, Chilling Water, Ice Spinner. I guess I do need one more. Hmm. I mean, I should probably give her at least one, like, singing type move. Does Disarming Voice do anything special? Oh, it actually always hits. You know what? Yeah, Disarming Voice. That's two fairy type moves, but you know what? It's fine to double up on types if there's utility to it, and I think there is. Alright, and I've got 3 minutes left, so yeah. Like I said, I'm not doing this too seriously, so like, we're only gonna see half the team, but that's fine. I also feel like Dubwool's gonna be a pretty easy one. Just because if I go to learn set, I'm just going to say immediately defense curl, obviously. And then... Do you not get rollout? Wait, how do you not have rollout? What did I use then? I could have sworn you had rollout. How does the sheep not have rollout? Guard split, double kick, headbutt, takedown, guard swap, reversal, guard. Double edge, last I guess it doesn't, but also... Wooloo always be rolling. How is it they're not rollout here? I know I did something. Maybe it was Cotton Guard, because that's one that does... Oh, right, yeah, okay, so that's what I was remembering here. Cotton Guard I probably switched to, because that's 3 stages. So yeah, Cotton Guard, obviously. Wait, you get Sword Stance? Alright. Also, am I back to... Oh, no, I'm a... Alright. Yeah, Cotton Guard. What did I use then? Was it double kick? Couldn't have been double kick. Other question. Does it show prior evolution things? No, it has no moves exclusive prior evolutions. That's... I could have sworn you were a rollout one. Well, I guess I've repeatedly said wrong things, but now I need to bring up X and Y. I need to see what I used there. What was my good Wooloo in X and Y? Alright, well, either way. Yeah, if you have... Oh, and you also have... But oh my god. Okay, what if I just made the world's most obnoxious Dubwool? Cotton Guard, Sword Stance, but I guess I have used a Baton Pass Pokemon before. Or at least eventually it'll be... Once again, I need to check. Gen 8. Is it just, the same as it is in Gen 9, and that's not why it's not switching? Maybe that's it. Well, either way. Right. Well, that answers my question then. Yeah, I have no idea what I was using my Dubwool for before, but now I know that it's absolutely going to be Sword Stance, Cotton Guard, Baton Pass, and as much as I wanted to give it, like, Thunder Wave, I think... What's Guard Split and Swap, and Reversal, if I remember correctly, is the one that does more damage. Yeah, based on HP, so... Oh, wait. Is there... Guard Split? Averages the user's defense and special defense stats. Alright. Guard swap. Okay, that's not bad, but I already have a bunch of things. I need to give you some kind of move. Headbutt, takedown. Yeah, what did I do with you? Did I just do head... I don't think I did just headbutt, did I? Well, I guess there will be an eternal mystery of what the heck did I have my Wooloo do? I Cotton Guard sounds familiar. I would not have done Double Edge. Because I really don't like recoil moves. I'm not a fan of those. Last Resort inflicts damage and has no secondary effect. Has used all of his other moves at least once on the field, so not something I could use because I have Baton Pass on this. On this Wooloo. Alright, well, it's gonna... Yeah, it is going to drive me mad trying to figure out what did I do? Body press. This is it. This must be it. I think it was body press. I know that's a fighting type move, so no same type attack bonus, but based on the user's defense stat instead of its attack. Okay, I think I used body press. This sounds familiar. I think I basically just used Cotton Guard to up my defense, and then just crushed everything with my sheep. Okay, yeah, no, now that I say that out loud, that sounds like it's it. I think I finally figured it out. It will not keep me awake at night anymore. I've solved the mystery. Alright, so... Right. I guess then we figured out that... These first three members, what their moves are. Got an Arcanine that bites you, and removes your barrier, and has extreme speed. Primarina, which just lowers your attack. And then here's the sheep that will power up. I was about to say, like, would I really need Sword Stance if I'm only using Body Press? But to be fair, no, yeah. If I'm using Sword Stance and then Baton Pass, or if I'm using Baton Pass, I want Sword Stance. I've never really used a Pokemon that does that before. And I kind of just want a sheep that does it all. Alright, yeah, we've solved that mystery, and now I know that I have the sheep what crushes you to death. So yeah. Thank goodness I was curious as to what body press was, because otherwise that didn't sound super familiar. But yeah, no, if it's not rollout that was my strategy, I guess that's why I confused it for the rollout strats, because I was like, yeah, it's a move where if your defense goes up, if you use a move that ups your defense, it gets stronger. It's just, you know, rollout's kind of the classic version of that, but body press is a bit of a newer one. Well, today I learned that, man, new gens really have been kind of going wild with what they let you use. Like, modern Arcanine has some real fun moves that I appreciate. I like that they just kind of let you have fun with your movesets now. They're a little more restrictive before. For quite a bit too, but yeah, okay. We have filled out the grid. We did it, except for these, because the ones that are missing don't count. We got the new ones, and that's my team. Is it winning any tournaments? Highly unlikely, but you know what? I'm going with the ones I like. Not necessarily the ones that are min-maxed. I like my little guys, and those are the little guys I'm sticking with. They would not be little guys by the end, because I would evolve them, but you know. Nonetheless, they have spirit of little guys. Yeah, like, I feel like these two might be a little different if I were to be a little more competitive. Like, maybe Gulurk and Nidoqueen, if I were feeling like being competitive, but you know what? No. If, if it's the team I want to go with, it's just going to be the ones I find cute. How effective they are in battle, that can come later. Especially since, realistically, again, I'm not entering tournaments. If I have to fight a Team Rocket, I'll be prepared, because what are they going to do about really any trainer that puts at least a few days of effort into their Pokemon? I feel like this is a pretty nice team for me. And that's really all you need. I also kind of want to make one of them shiny, but like, I've not found a shiny in years, so unless I actually find a shiny, I uh, would not actually do that on this list. I'm being very honest about it. I've never found a shiny Arcanine, never found a shiny Growlithe, and I'm not just gonna make it shiny on here for the heck of it. I'd have to actually find one myself. But yeah, that's it for Ultimate Pokemon Picker. I don't really have anything for uh, Saturday pre-stream, so we're going back to starting at 9 next week, unless I can figure out something else I want to do. But yeah, I'm not going to do the Fire Emblem uh, character picker thing. Still kind of burnt on losing the data for that one. Also, there's a new game coming out, so who knows how that's going to affect anything. But yeah, that was fun. I like looking at Pokemon, if that wasn't obvious. If it wasn't obvious for the 6 streams where I did that, I like these little guys. Yeah, that's it. I don't really have anything else to follow it up with, so, yeah, I'm going to stop the feed for a sec, and then we'll be back with Dungeon Gals. I should probably download this image at some point, but I'll do that later.